Oh, welcome back my fantastic artistic friends. We're in the master's house and we're going to do a painting on a black canvas. Now what you caught me doing there was I've taken a canvas, a white primed canvas, and I've coated it in black primer and then allowed that to dry completely. And then on top of this I've taken a mixture of midnight black and liquid clear. I mixed them together, made a very thin, almost like a liquid clear, liquid white sort of paint, but it's liquid black. It's black. So we're going to use a varied, a limited palette, should I say. We're just going to use white and black and a bit of grey in there as well. So ignore the other colours that I've got on the palette there for another day. But today we're just going to do a nice little, like a wintry scene. It's quite cool. I've got the heater on, and if you can hear some explosions, it's because it's actually bonfire night, and I'm not enjoying the fireworks. I'm just going to stay in here and paint with you guys. Right, so first things first, let's get on with it. So I'm going to take a fan brush, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of white paint, just a tiny bit of white paint on the fan brush, and I'm going to come up here, and we're going to put some big clouds. Just like that, and it'll mix with the thin black paint that's underneath there, and we'll get like a multitude of greys and all kinds of stuff. We're going to do like a wintry scene. Okay, bit more paint, and just jiggle the brush, let it dance, let it work for you, let the brush really go to town. Okay, set the brush down. I'm going to take a big clean dry brush, and then on the underside just going to stir this into the thin paint that's on the canvas and tease it. I'm not hitting the top edge, I just want to hit the bottom edge and blend it out just like that. Well, all goes well, we'll have quite a moody looking sky. There we go, and then just lightly lift up and then slowly across like so, just to take out all the brush marks. Right, I'm going to set the brush down, pick up the paint again and a bit more colour. Okay, so we can jiggle and wiggle the brush just like this. We might go this way, we might go that way. Clouds are really free, you know, they're really not captivated at all. They can be really free, so that's how we should paint them. Back to the blending brush. Okay, just again tickle the base, just blend the base. It looks like there's a lot of movement there, but it's not. It's just a very top couple of bristles that are touching the canvas. You could do this with a fan brush, I suppose, a dry fan brush, or a 1-inch paint brush, or anything really. I just think there's more control over the bigger brush. I don't know if that's just my preference, but when you're painting, you'll do whatever you see fit, because art is really unique. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So I'm just going to wipe off the excess paint, so I'm not taking that dark colour into the white paint on the canvas. And we're just going to jiggle that about there like so. Create all kinds of mischievous looking snow clouds, just like that. There, back to the brush that we're going to blend with. Over there like that. There we go. We're getting somewhere now. We're getting somewhere. And then lift up. Now this is good for a moonlit night. We've done some moonlit nights before, haven't we, on the channel. It's also good for seascapes. Just tease just like that. And there we've got a pretty pretty mean looking sky. Right, down here, I'm just going to take a tiny bit of white on that brush and I'm just going to tap in. See how crisp that looks? It just, colour just jumps at you from a black canvas. And then I'm just going to mist that up. I want a bit of a misty air. Some big old fireworks going off. I am going to a firework party, but tomorrow night, not tonight. I thought tonight I'd paint with you guys. Okay, so there we've got a bar of mist. And the reason why I put it there, it's not directly halfway. You don't ever want to separate your painting halfway in either direction. Okay, and then up like that. Okay, and then just take that down to nothing. Okay, set the brush down. Right, what I'm going to take is the rounded brush, and I'm just going to hit it. I've got several greys already mixed up, pre-mixed. So I'm just going to take some of this darker colour grey, and I'm just going to tap that in, and then over here I'm going to put the indication of some trees that are very faint, so far away you can't really make them out. Again, this is like a blizzard. We'll come back and we'll put some snowflakes on this as well, like it's snowing, like so. Maybe change the flavour a little tiny bit. Yeah, like that. A bit more up here, like that. It just really comes alive on black canvases. I really love painting with them. Of course, I don't want to paint every single painting with a black canvas, but it's my favourite. I like doing them. So just like so, there, like that. Maybe a bit more down here, because we don't want it to get too light on us too soon. Okay, a few more. You can start to pick out little individual bushes and little trees. I think we'll have a path in this one. I think that's what we'll do. Up here, just a little bit of a change of flavour. There's a bit of contrast between that and the clouds. Just like that. Yeah, I think we'll have a path somewhere down here. Or we might put something in, we might even put a lamp. I don't know yet. I don't know. It's in my mind, but we don't know how it's gonna work out. Right, back to the brush. Let's see what's on this paint. Okay, on this paintbrush, and I'm just gonna tap in some white paint, maybe a bit too much there. But if you've got a bit too much on, it's okay, because we can just rub it. And because the black's on the canvas, the liquid black, we can just take it away, make it into mist, like so, like that. Okay, I think we're gonna have a set of lamp, so let me just grab a thinner brush, and I am going to take a touch of white. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to take a tiny bit of Indian yellow, not much yellow. So we have delved into one of the other colours, but that's okay, that's okay. And I'm going to put this here. Like that. Okay, and then just wipe the brush, reload. So we've got a bit of yellow glow, just a tiny bit, just there, like that. Right, set that down, and let's get our blending brush, which is this ponytail brush, pony hair. Okay, and then just tickle this, just like that. A great way to make moons as well. Okay, Now if you want it a little bit stronger, wipe off the excess paint, start again, get a bit more white, a bit more Indian yellow, because you don't want to go too crazy too soon, because yellow and black make green, and we don't want green in this sky. There. Just put it there like that. Okay, again, all this space and I still can't find room to manoeuvre. And just tickle out, just diffuse, just like that. Okay, now if you really want to add some effects, I'm just going to tap a little bit into the tips of this and pull out, and you'll get the individual rays from the lamp, all being well. I know it don't look much yet, I know it's looking a bit crazy, and you think, Dan, what have you actually done? You've lost it this time, Dan. You're probably right. There, just like that. Okay, I'm going to wash the brush, so odorless paint thinner. And it's not as nice to beat, isn't that one? Okay, nice, make sure it's dry. And then just gently over that, just to take out the brush strokes. There, seems to have lost an air there, and there. Right, let's work on the top of this. Right, so I'm going to take some liquid clear, and I'm going to mix it with some black. So we've got liquid clear and black. And I'm going to just paint a tiny cap on top of this, just right over the top. Right over the top there. So a thin oil with black paint. Okay, and then we'll put a little bit of a cap on him. And that. There. Now it don't look much yet, but it will. It will. Trust me. Trust me on that. Okay. Dry the brush, wash the brush. Right. Now, well, we think on that's going to live about here. So let's take the a little rounded brush into some grey paint, dark grey. So we'll mix a bit more. So it's black and a tiny bit of white. The explosions are crazy, aren't they? And we're just going to pull this straight down to about there. Now that'll give us an indication of where our street lamp will be. Now we can work around that. And we can come back in and we can sort of fix this all up as we go. Right, what am I looking for? My palette knife is down there. So with the palette knife, get some black paint on the edge. On the edge, and then what we're going to do is just put the indication just like that, and use the small edge of the knife as well. We can come up here like that, and maybe put a little point on the top. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect, because remember this is in a storm. Okay, and just add some black down the sides here, like that. And sometimes on these lamps, sometimes they had like a little ledge here, a little stick, where the old lamplight used to rest the ladders on, like that. Right, so I think that works. Right, wipe the knife off. Now let's work on some foliage just around the base of this. So in here, a little bit down there, a bit more up there like that. So we're going to have like a path that leads the way. Yeah, like that, right. Now we've tickled his feet up, let's put him a path in, right. The fireworks are, my dog is absolutely petrified of fireworks as well. And bless him, he's sat in there with the family, just having a nice cup of tea and a film. Okay, right, so we're going to start off in here. And I'm going to make small little rocking motions side to side. And progressively get bigger towards us. Like that. That will give us a nice path. Okay, very gently. I'm going to go over all that. Dry brush. Just like this. You can paint with fireworks, you can paint with anything. Okay, now let's lighten some of this up. So we'll have another bush just here. Of course, we're going to have something in here as well. So we'll bring this down to there. Bring that down there like that. Okay, maybe another one, a bit brighter, just there. Yeah, really works for you, doesn't it? Really works. Okay, touch of white paint on the big brush, and I'm just going to tap the base of this. Just really tap it. Create fog and mist down there. Nicely done in the grey tones. I know some people who are colourblind and can only see in certain colours like greys and blues, so this is an ideal one for you guys. See, anyone can paint, anybody can paint. They're like so. Right, let's put some more little bushes in. Okay, back to this rounded brush. We'll put a bush there. And I like this because it just creates all kinds of like frosted, iced, lacy kind of foliage. It really does. I want it to progressively get lighter towards us as well. But you need that little foggy area between hand. Okay, same again. So let's go back to the blending brush. Just knock the excess paint off and just tap that. Blend it together. Same on this side. And blend together out into the path. That. Okay, what are we missing? So sometimes it's fun just to take a step back and see what's happening out there. And I think we're missing a couple of things. Firstly, I think we ought to put some kind of old tree trunk in. So let's crack on with that. Let's get a tiny bit of paint thinner. Just a tiny bit. Mix it with some black. And what we're going to do is take one side through some light colour, and then because there's lights there, that's his light source, what we'll do is we'll pull this down so we've got black on one side and dark on the other. We get the highlight and the shadow all in one go. Kind of a good top tip there, yeah? Same on there. Give him a buddy, a friend. Like that. Bring that out there. Make his feet a little bit bigger. Okay. Now then, what we need to do, I'm just going to swirl this brush off. Again, odorless paint thinner. Now, don't worry, I will be washing all the brushes afterwards. But sometimes it's easier just to have several brushes in one go and then clean up afterwards, especially for camera. How I would do it normally is I'd wash up as I go along. Okay, now let me take some liquid white, just a tiny bit of liquid white on the palette, and then and we'll just wipe his palette knife on a paper towel. So I've got some thick dark paint. I thinned it out with a bit of thinner and a tiny bit of liquid clear. And one side I'm just going to drag through that liquid white. So again, once again, we've got thin paint, we've got light paint on one side and dark paint on the other. And we can come up here and we can start to put some branches. And again, we get the highlight and the shadow in one go. Just like that. Maybe this tree has lost all his leaves. Maybe winter's had a hard time on him. And then we just put all kinds of sticks. Because we've got a tiny bit of paint thinner in this, it will split the liquid black that's on the canvas already. And it'll give it that furry, fuzzy sort of effect. Okay. And you can vary the colours as well, from the greys to the whites to the blacks, and every colour in between. Let's put a fair few on. Yeah. Of course, when you're painting by yourself at home, you can really spend some time putting lots and lots of detail on this. Yeah. Right. Before we get carried away, let's take a minute. So if you are not subscribed to the channel and you're watching this, please consider subscribing. It really does help us out. And if you do like this video, if you do like me painting, give the video a bit of a thumbs up. And of course, as always, leave me a nice comment. I do like reading your comments. I do like sharing the experience with you. Okay, so I just put another little tiny bush there, and I'm just going to set this down like so. Put a bit of a misty area underneath that, just there, like that. And now we can get, where did we put it? We had a fan brush there. We'll take a bit of this grey colour. We can put some, if we go like that, we've got some instant weeds and grasses. Just like that. Just turn your brush one way and then the other. Okay, right, let's see what we're going to do with that. But I think we need, just put a little bit of something in there, like that. I think we need a post or two. So what's on this brush? This has got dark colour on. So we'll just take the dark colour to start with. And just like before, we need to start off in a small area and work bigger. Okay, so we'll start off here, just put a tiny, I hope you can see that, and another one there. In fact, we'll add a bit of white onto that, maybe come back and put a snow cap on there. It's not showing up well enough for me, so let's get the knife, Get rid of some of that thin paint. There. Just put a couple of fence posts. Now they need to be a little bit bigger as they're coming towards you and a bit more spaced out. Spaced out, yeah. And it don't matter if they're all wonky and straight, because in the old walkways and woodlands and things like that, there will be all wonky and all kinds of shapes. Okay, we'll put some bars across the top, just like that. And another one, just there, like so. And again, it's a good use of contrast, this black and white, dark against light, to make this one a little bit bigger. There, we might have another one in yet. Okay, wipe the knife off. Okay, now blender brush, just come back down here and just tap this, so we've got a bit of mist there. Okay, right, now we're going to go to this rounded over brush again, tap into the white paint, and I'm just going to go down there like that, put all kinds of little bushes, grasses and all kinds in there like that. Really push that back, and then back again, blender brush down at the base. So simple, so simple, so simple. Bit of all that lot there like that. And okay, back to the palette knife. Let's make another fence post. Maybe this one lives about here, just like that. And if it's wonky, that's all right. It adds character, you see. It adds character. That's what we're after. Character building, yeah? And I'm applying the paint pretty thick. I want the paint to be quite thick, so when it dries, you can feel the wooden effect. Okay, it's had a couple of planks and slats on there, all the way across that tree trunk. That pushes that tree trunk back, you see. And then maybe this one's going off canvas, so I'd have to put another canvas on there to see where this post goes. Right, I'm just going to take a tiny bit of grey paint, and just like you would painting a mountain, I'm just going to highlight just here and there, and there and here, just a tiny bit. Just like that, there. Right, now to me some of these look like they're floating, so we need to come back in here with grab any kind of brush. I'm just going to lift up and just put some, just neaten up the feet. Usually around fence posts you've got all kinds of vegetation and all kinds of stuff growing, so why should these fence posts be any different? Yeah, like that. Put one in there as well. It's working quite well. We'll put another one there. It's good when they grow into the path, you see, and sets the path down into the painting. Like that. Okay, so one or two more and I think we're nearly done. I think we are nearly done. So again, there, like that. Yeah, this is bonfire night. I'm not sure when this video will be uploaded, but you'll be able to gauge how long I take between. I mean, I might put this up next week. This all depends on my preference, you see. I don't just paint and then think, alright, that's that one done, that's that one done. Sometimes I think, I'm fancying a bit of a cool day, so we'll paint a cool painting. And so if I've got lots in the bank, and we choose from that which ones we upload. Right, I think we're about there. Just a tiny bit of snow, I think, on the on some of these fence posts, just at the top there, like that. Just a bit of snow. Snow cap. It says we're going to put some snow on this, didn't I? So I think we're going to do that, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. And like that. Maybe a bit creeping down there. do hope it snows. I really love snow. I really do. Because I could play out in the snow all day. Like that. Goes off into nothing. Like that. Yeah, I think we're about done. So, well, we've got the liner brush with some white paint on. We can put some indications of some twigs and sticks that are living here and there and there and here. Just like that. Okay, a little bit more. Just there. Just to set that post back. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the palette down, and I'm going to grab a fan brush, a clean one, and I'm going to get a palette knife. I'm going to put some liquid white onto this palette knife, and I'm just going to just flick that liquid white, just very gently. This will look like snow that is falling. There. This is why if you do this at home, you need to put some kind of sheeting behind you, because it'll go all over your kitchen walls and floor and everything. There we go. Right, time for a signature, my fantastic friends. How did you think this one went? Will you try it? If you give it a go, what are you going to do? Are you going to do anything different? Please let me know, because I'm always interested. So we'll take some paint thinner, go into the bright red, thin this down like ink. What we'll do, we'll just sign this one just there. And of course, as always, I'll sign the back. Right, let me know how we did. And until next time, my fantastic friends, stay safe, happy days, take care of the same. I'll see you later.